Metal Blood Type Luna has had an overall story that has been clearly presented to us. Negark, having acquired the power of Remake, is the antagonist of this current saga of Type Lumina, resulting in every boss rush, potentially excluding the second one, trying to make Miyako the heroine of her own route, creating the branch stories of Arcway and TL Route B, and has made it very clear that she wants to invade and challenge the Melty Blood Type Lumina universe, summoning servants to build up her roster of new guest characters to see who will reign supreme. A statement from Nasu has even proven that this is the case. The first inclusion was Mash Kirillite, who was then used to summon Ushiwakamaru and Edmond Dantes, aka the Count of Monte Cristo. Each character has their own story, and Mash even has two, giving a full grasp of her adventure. While Mash stayed with Negark the whole time, the other two went off to fulfill their own goals, leading Edmond Dantes to find Roa of this world and defeat him like he did the one from his time, and Ushiwakamaru, seeing the modern world, ended up meeting Akiha and the maids of Tono Estate, deciding to stay in this world and time. Going to school, this version of her is actually still a servant, but she states there is already one of her in Chaldea as things stand. Dantes knew that Negark was gathering power that was needed for Mash to return to Chaldea, as explained in his ending, which expands on both of Mash's endings. And while all the servants were reluctant to fight under Negark, as their master they did as they must, and fought against the Tsukihime / Melty Blood team consisting of Shiki, who did all the fighting, Arcway, Ciel, and Akiha, to prove which side was superior, which in this case was Team Tsukihime / Melty Blood, thwarting Negark's plans, but she wasn't done yet, creating a new move to split Shiki into 17 different Shikis as a reference to what he did to Arcway and Tsukihime. Each one represents a different version of Shiki throughout the multiverse, and each one went to someone who had the potential to be a heroine of Tsukihime. We don't see all of them, nor know who most of them went to, besides the obvious picks, which does include Noelle in this case. For example, Ciel's was the one from her route, and thus she planned to use that one as a base when all the Shikis merged, so she would have her Shiki. Meanwhile, Akiha also had plans of her own to keep Shiki all to herself. So together with Miyako, the pre-Tono House Shiki with her gather the other Shikis from all the other heroines, with very limited involvement from Arcway for reasons that are explained at the ending. Negark uses her trump card and decides to do one more summon, summoning the Misaki Town Miyako, aka the original Tsukihime timeline version of Miyako, who was both stronger and more experienced. And while the fight was tough, she did triumph against her other self, showing that she is strong but still has a lot of room to grow. Meanwhile, all the Shikis came together, becoming a complete Shiki again, using the Mystic Eyes to kill Negark for good this time. But you can't keep the top cat down, because back in the cat village, Negark is recovering and also coming up with some new plans for her next takeover. And this is where we see a shadowy figure, which is very obviously Lyn, specifically Black Lyn, ending this saga of Melty Blood Type Lumina. What do you think the team has planned next for this new installment of Melty Blood?